We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
What is going on, guys? Yeah, so I wanted to do this stream because I've had a lot of time to think over the holidays, and you know, action's about to pick up with work tomorrow, so I wanted to get this out of the way. Hey D-Man, D-Man50, what's up, buddy? So yeah, I made some notes, and hopefully this won't run too long and I can stay on point. But as the name implies, the ManoSwamp is the swamp. It is full of grifters. Now, I want to say that I still support some of the same people that I've always supported because they've proven themselves to be trustworthy and here for the right reason, even if, you know, they're making money. You know, if you supply entertainment, you know, great information, debate, things like that, I don't really see you as grifting as long as you are who you say you are. And so that's why I still get along with these people. But I realized a while ago that, hey, real name's not given. What's going on? Good to see you. Anyhow, I realized that there are so many grifters here that it would be like playing whack-a-mole for me to try to really do what I'm doing. And that's kind of why I'm hyper-focused on certain individuals, aside from the fact that I just don't like them. Just, you know, flat out, I just don't like them. And they've done some wrong. They've done a lot of wrong and harm in the community, but you know, in retrospect, again, I just realized there are so many of these types of people, and just some have more clout than others, which hence why I put the little Clout Wars picture on the screen here, because that's what it is. That's what it ends up being at the end of the day. So let's look at the cuck guy that we all have heard about. Look at what people did. So you had a bunch of content creators that once this came to light, they scrambled. Like people were joking, but it probably did happen that like they were up at 3 in the morning, you know, deleting tweets and trying to eliminate their association with the guy. You know, the president did that. And again, he got caught. There's no way he didn't know about the guy's cuck stuff, or at least the article that he wrote about it. And then he tried to pull a fast one and lie about it and pull down, you know, all the material that he had been using from the guy, and pretend it never happened. Which is funny because that very same person likes to keep up the the appearances by people he talks about hating. You can go to his channel right now, type some particular names in, and they'll come up, and there it is. There's their material, speeches that they gave, and everything like that. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I particularly don't like that guy, that one. And it's not just the grifters. And I know that a lot of the people watching, like you guys, my audience, you're here for good reasons. You're here to learn or to have fellowship with other people who have had similar experiences to you. But then there are the people who just don't get it, right? And who I'm talking about specifically are the commentators that come in, and anytime they don't come to my shit, but other people's shit. When someone points out a problem with another content creator that wasn't done for the purposes really of clout, but really as a counterattack, they're punching back. Like, I'll just be flat with you. Let's look what happened with Rollo Tomasi, right? Some people, again, I'm going to reference people, and not all of you like him. You don't have to like him. That doesn't really matter. That's not the point. So the president, El Presidente, whatever you want to call him, has for how long been going after Rollo? Like, look at his channel. He's been going after Rollo or anyone semi-associated with Rollo that has any kind of clout, right? So he's been obsessed. The one time that Rollo does a stream, it was a stream that mentioned that this mass shooter guy, the Roman McClay guy, had been invited to speak at the 21 convention, and kind of covered some of that material and some of the issues that between him and El Presidente. You go in the comments, and these guys are reeing about how they should stop the infighting. Now, this is like, imagine like if you're a kid that's like been getting bullied, and let's just say you're getting bullied, but you actually have the ability to fight back if you really wanted to, but you just take it anyways, right? And then finally, you just decide to punch back at your bully, and then everybody comes after you and going crazy, asking you why you did that, or you shouldn't have done that, and all this shit. That's basically what that was. Now, he's perfectly capable of defending himself, obviously, as are a lot of these guys that, I bring up here. But it kind of just doesn't sit well with me. I refer to them, I think that's a feminine thing to do. And what I mean, the people I'm talking about, what I mean by the feminine people are the ones that try to break it up. So, like, it's kind of like if you got two guys that have had issues, and you know what, it's fine. It's finally time to go to fisticuffs. Let's settle this. You know how men will do. They'll punch each other in the face, and then they'll settle it. It'll be over, right? These guys are like the women. Like if someone's girlfriend was standing there, before they started, right as they started slugging it out, and they're screaming and stop it. That's what these kinds of people are to me. And you guys, if you've watched me long enough, my philosophy is shine the light on the grifters, expose them and flush them down the toilet, and they'll be gone. Right? At least be on the record of you saying something about this. So another thing, it wasn't just the JM guy, but it was the actual Roman McClay guy that everybody was trying to erase all connections to. And I'm sure that somebody around him at some point saw this guy acting weird. Like, have any of you guys in the audience, you ever been around somebody in real life, and you're just like, man, there's something like wrong with this motherfucker. I don't know what it is, but there's something wrong. Somebody had to have known that this guy was kind of unhinged before he did what he did in Colorado. And that's what I'm talking about. And then when something like that happens, the media traces it back and says, well, this guy was in the manosphere. And if nobody said anything about it, they basically are going to say, well, they're going to say this anyways, but they're going to say you're all on the same page. You're all just like this guy. So, yet another reason for us to speak out against the weirdos and the grifters and the freaks. All right. Moving to the next piece of notes that I got here. Yeah, getting back to the grifters themselves. I noticed that a lot of them, they're like 1980s pro wrestling personas, a lot of them. A lot of these people aren't even real. As you probably noticed with the guy that everyone is still talking about. Man, I can't even. It's so funny and yet sad at the same time. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to move on. So I want to talk about the PUA thing. Yeah, and the poser's nemesis. I agree. The PUA thing. So, I don't really approve of PUA. There's a difference between like a guy that dates women and, casually dates them and someone who's like a PUA. Because when I think of PUA, I think of the painted fingernails and the fucking fuzzy hats and cheesy canned pickup lines and shit like that. And a lot of people within the community don't like that type of person, or they have, well, they don't hate them, but they have kind of a negative opinion of those types of guys. So there's not really very many of them. And this is something that I see like MGTOW guys doing too. So the MGTOW and the black pill guys don't like this type of person, and yet when the right person is promoting them, who I'm about to show on the screen here in a second, it's okay. It's cool. But they'll be mad at another group and call them a bunch of PUAs. Does that make any fucking sense to you at all? And then you start thinking about it and you're like, well, yeah, they're hypocrites, but they're hypocrites because they want to get some clout. So they're willing to, they have these principles where they don't like the PUAs with their painted fingernails and fuzzy hats and, magic tricks and all that shit. But when this guy has one of these types of dorks as part of their convention, that's cool. No problems. No problems at all. Even though this guy that's exactly what he is. He just doesn't have the painted fingernails and the fuzzy hat, but he's basically an actual PUA that, let's be honest, he pays for the girls, but, and he's trying to use old mystery method from like 20 years ago. Like, you realize that shit's changed from the time that the pickup artist VH1 TV show came out, but I mean, that's kind of basically what his format is. And that's where the hypocrisy that really gets under my skin. And also I think it's just that I expected more from some of these people that have jumped on board with El Presidente and are all chummy and buddy with him, and even like We watched that with what's his name? Sydney. Old Sydney. Mr. I Hate PUAs, but him and his goons were perfectly happy to team up with this guy on the screen here because they had a common enemy. And I watched, sometimes I would go to his goofy little chats for just a second. And I did actually see some people be true to their principles and ask in the comments, like, why are you teaming up with this guy? You hate PUAs or whatever the black pill thing is. They hate PUAs. And yet here they are teaming up with this clown. Yeah. The clown who ran to Brazil and charges people $4,000 to go to his goofy little boot camps, pays the girls to get with him so that they think that his little system works. And just, yeah, fucking mind's blown. The last thing I want to talk about real quick is I haven't really talked much about these guys because I've been trying to be neutral about them, and I know people I'm cool with or, on good terms with them, and I don't hate them, but I disagree with some of the stuff that's come out about them. So I'm sure you might guess that I'm talking about the fresh and fit dudes. So one of the things that happened, I was really busy from around the middle of December till up until a couple of days ago, really. Mostly visiting family, preparing for the holidays, and just not wanting to fuck with any of this stuff. So I watched Think Before You Sleep video, and what he was talking about was that the fresh and fit guys were going to go after anyone using their material. And they didn't specify, they didn't say anything about fair use. So maybe that was just an oversight on their part that, they were specifically talking about people not doing fair use, but I don't know. I mean, I've never heard anything else about it. And I do tend to trust Think Before You Sleep. I find him to be a pretty honest guy. And there's that and the other stuff I don't know enough about, but people are saying, that individuals were paying for girls. And I'm not surprised. I think they fly those girls out there. It's part of their show, but I wouldn't also be surprised if they use their clout or money to bang some of these girls either. But the reason I ignored it most of the time was because these guys are doing well. They'll do a stream and they'll get like 16,000 people there watching them live. So, I'm sure some of the criticism is legitimate, like the stuff I just mentioned, and some of the criticism is just because of jealousy. You got a guy that's still buying subscribers right now. Let me check where he's at, because when I did the video, when I did a video on the 18th, he only had, let's see, hang on, sorry. This is very unnatural growth. I'll just put it to you that way. So, in like a matter of like a week, he got like 11,000, maybe even 2 weeks at best, 11,000 subscribers, and his views are still shit. Like when he does a live stream, he can barely pull, maybe if he's lucky, 200 viewers. That was kind of the theme of that video that I did on the 18th, aside from the fact that he was trying to hide his connections to old JM. Yeah, he really is, really trying to convince his viewership he is the only legit guy in the industry. I am convinced he is not selling his product. Yeah, you're right. If you're talking about, you're talking about Mr. Brazil guy here. Yeah, he's not impressive. All that stuff about him buying girls and um, being drunk in public and fighting his customers, and hell, just charging him $4,000. You get fucking real. Yeah, I agree, D-man. You can go to Social Blade and kind of look at they take good notes on people's channels. It's especially good to check out like larger channels. Really easy. Go to Social Blade and you'll learn a lot. Oh yeah. Oh okay, gotcha. He says I am talking about Mr. 1500 plus lake count. You know that's bullshit. You know that bullshit. That is complete bullshit. That guy lives in Brazil. Yeah, he lives in Brazil right now. He's basically got a bunch of like call girls and shit. What else? What else did I want to talk about? Well, I guess I should talk about my semi-retirement, since that's the other thing. Everything I've been talking about is related to one of the reasons why I'm going to be taking a break. It's not effective immediately because I have some things that I want to, some streams I want to do and some videos I want to make before I kind of take a little hiatus. And because, I know myself well enough. I kind of, you guys know I preach about know thyself and your strengths and your weaknesses. And one of the things, one of my quirks certainly is when I see dishonesty, I can't help but say something about it. It's just a quirk, like I can't stand lies and deceit. Oh yeah, there are no shortcuts. Correct. In fact, I was informed fairly recently, supposedly there's going to be another stimulus. Like a $2,000 stimulus. Now that's going to be shit. Absolute shit. I think the inflation and the dollar's doing bad now. Wait till he does this shit again. Well, yeah, but he didn't have to do all the cuck shit. And again, one thing I've made a point to hammer in is that the internet never forgets. When you do something, when you put something up, someone will be able to find it. That is the age that we live in. So, do what Jordan Peterson told you to do and clean your room. He should have told his daughter to clean her fucking room. But yeah, should still have a couple more interesting things I'm going to come out with. Mostly, well, I got a really good stream I'm hoping to do on Saturday. You guys probably know who APOC is if you're a regular viewer of my channel, and he is a fan favorite, and we're going to do a stream, should be Saturday night, and I think it'll be really, really good. I'm going to do some more comprehensive stuff about grifters. Probably not going to, well, I can't say that. I was going to say probably not going to introduce any new information, but I don't know about that because I kind of want to just, with particular individual, put everything out there and just move on. Also, let me say this too. If you guys, anyone, anyone. I don't care if you don't like me, if you're one of my hate watchers or whoever you are. And if you use fair use on my stuff, feel free. Feel fucking free to commentate it over it. I'm not going to strike you or anything like that. No worries. You know, just don't like actually steal my content, and we're cool. I have no problem with you doing fair use, and hell, there are some people that I let mirror my shit. You know, I think that a lot of the stuff that I do is important to get out there. You know, that has been my goal since I've been here. I've never cared about being a big channel. You know, I'm just tickled to death. I got like 305 subscribers now. You know, I'm just tickled to death. That's fine. But I've never wanted to be a professional YouTuber. I've never wanted to, you know, I just don't want to make my living sitting behind a computer. Actually, to me, that would suck. I mean, that I'd do it if I really, really had to, but thanks. We'll definitely use that for my yeah. Yeah, you got me. You got me. I am a true grifter now. I've you know, maybe I should start charging you guys $4,000 for some sort of boot camp. No, but no, it's all good, guys. But I think I'm gonna leave it there, unless the audience has any questions that they want to ask real quick before I get out of here, because I don't like to drone on and on. Nemesis says, you should create content about your experiences in the military. I would love to listen to some of that. You know, I thought about it a lot, because I'm a big fan of Terrence Popp, actually. And it was really cool to be on the same stream as him on Veterans Day. I'm not sure what he thinks about me, but I was tickled to death about that. I thought that was awesome. And he's got on his channel a ton of his old military stories. Like, he's got one story where they were at Fort Hood, or around Fort Hood, and I was like, yeah, I'm very sorry. Like, I totally understand where you're coming from, because Fort Hood sucks dick. Well, you do Bleeding Edge Red Pill. Oh yeah, I do like going on there. It's fun. I try to get on there when I can, but a lot of times, like the Sunday time, to be honest, most of the time I'm just trying to chill, or I got something going on. Like my schedule when it comes to work, I don't know. You know, it's almost like being on call. So, but yes, I will still come on Bleeding Edge Red Pill whenever I can, whenever I'm feeling up to it. You guys understand. Sometimes you just don't feel up to it, but yeah. Yeah, it's fun to talk to people. I mean, that's why I came here in the first place. Was I had, you know, I was never a MGTOW, but I joined MGTOW servers and talked to a bunch of MGTOW guys because I didn't know where to look for the regular like red pill community. But that's why I actually like MGTOW people, or most of them. I mean, there are some that are pretty toxic, just like any community. Uh, but a lot of them were fun, and they're my friends to this day. Yeah, Pop has been kind of, he's been streaming, I think, to alt platforms too. So check BitChute, check what are some other alt video streaming. He'll even I don't know if you have a Facebook, but he'll stream to that. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, because Pop is his latest stuff, he's not pulling no punches. He's telling it like it is. you know, the different situations, be it the coup or what have you. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? You about done being grifted for your time and attention? Ah, yeah. Yep, I'd have a channel on that. I've been thinking about doing. I'm on there, obviously, even though I'm not a MGTOW, I upload to that website. I actually like it better, even though it's practically the same thing as Manosphere TV. For whatever reason, I seem to like it better. I thought about even doing some exclusives on there, because someone came up with a great idea about doing exclusives on these alt tech sites so that they could grow their audience on that. I think someone said that what's his name, the guy that with the long hair, the glasses, that like doesn't wear a shirt, he like does conservative politics. What's his fucking name? I don't. Well, you probably get who I'm talking about. But someone commented that that guy was doing a bunch of stuff on alt tech and doing exclusives to bring people to the yard. But anyhow, you guys, thank you for your viewership and your time. And like I said, it's my semi-retirement is not effective immediately. I will come out with a video that will say I'm gonna, you know, retire for temporarily. But all right, brothers. We'll see you next time. I'm going to end it here. Have a good night.